Senator Cassily now, and then Senator Bailey.
Thank you. So I have a specific question on page 16 in section 3114. And looking at this, I would just hope that this committee would not use a process called reimagining anything. I hope that we will look at evidence and look at the wisdom of the people who came before us and the insights they had, and perhaps they made mistakes, but I hope that we won't engage in a reimagining process unless we're going to write the next trilogy of Harry Potter, and that we will focus on logic and insight and deliberation and evidence. But on 3114, as I understand, Jimmy, as I understand what this does is, we just went through 15 pages of setting up a statewide system for uniform processing of police disciplinary matters. Then we come to 3114, and if I didn't even focus on this before, it appears that what it says is, but check hold, check fire, if your county wants to make up your own process, whatever that might be, you got it, it's all yours, and would include a group of citizens who will just come in and you make up a process that some citizens or whatever they might be could just come in and replace this entire process. Isn't that what 3114 says?
I'll let Jamie expound on it, but
if I totally missed the boat here and they were not looking at a uniform process
so
at all,
the easiest way I think would be to, I mean, and Senator Carter, you can correct me, but it would be that it would essentially place this board's roles and responsibilities in the role, and correct me, of the chief in that instance. So the process is still the same. It's just a different.
This says, if establish an oversight body to adjudicate matters and impose disciplinary action for law enforcement officers under this subtitle. So now we're going to, gee, this is just unbelievable. I'm sorry. When I'm focused on this, this is a county or political subdivision may adopt a local law or ordinance to establish an oversight body. It doesn't say they have to follow these procedures, but be that what it may, it just says some group of people who know nothing about policing or cops. The local county comes in and says, we've got our own little body. It's sort of like our own little zoning appeals board here. We're going to set it up. But even a zoning appeal board is managed by state law. So we can't even write on that. We're going to put more uniformity into whether you can put a snowball stand on the corner than we are going to have uniformity on police discipline. That's what this gets to. Okay, let's go back and look at the amendments. But I just want to to me, this is just shocking that we would just pitch police disciplinary matters. This is unprecedented for any other person of this level of professional dedication, time, energy, risk in this entire state that we would do this. I find it shocking. Thank you.
Just to be clear, I mean, this empowers the county executive and the councils and their local jurisdictions to impanel this review board.
But it's not a review board. We really can we just not use gobbledygook speak? This is not an oversight board. This is a new hearing board of non-police, no control of the chief, no control of the police, no oversight of the police, a county. So we really need to change the word because that's just so disingenuous. Call this an oversight board. It's not an oversight board. This is a police discipline board that harks right out of the French Revolution. This is haul them to the guillotine. We've got a new way of operating here. We've got a revolution. There's a citizens group. Grab a cop and cut his head off. That's what this says to me. This is Senator Carter. I hope you will just if nothing else, delete this section because this is just abhorrent to any sense of justice or fair play or anything. Thank you. They're 20 years in. We're basically taking away their entire livelihood. So if we can do that to them, then why shouldn't we do this to medical doctors? Why should we do this to hospitals? And we'll just say that if you have a complaint against a hospital for alleged, medical malpractice, we're just going to have a citizens board. We'll call it a review board, so it's not looking too offensive to anybody. And you just award judgments because, believe me, that hospital paying a judgment of $1 million is just as traumatic as that officer losing their entire career. If we're going to go this route, let's just throw out all these books. Let's just say citizens, we're just going to do the feel-good method here, and you just come in, and we're going to march you in here, we'll perp walk you in, and we'll make a decision. Hey, they're citizens. If they're entitled to oversight, we don't need all this nonsense, this purple book crap. Let's just, if it feels good to a group of citizens, he's out of here. Your county chief has just lost all of his power. He's no longer he's no longer controlling discipline in his department. Every piece of discipline is imposed by some group of a kangaroo court. He has no actual discipline, and all the cops know that. there's there's the new chief right there. If you don't have the power to discipline, you're not the leader. Come on, that's a joke. And so if the chief of police for the county is going to be a jokester, why should we make all the municipal cops jokesters? I mean, it's a kangaroo court thing. And I know that you're not my disciplinarian. It's these guys over here. In either event, we don't care what you say, chief, because you don't discipline us. You're not the boss of me now.